I love that. You're going to have all the kids up to throwing biscuits around the house, and we'll be careful probably in a few weeks' time. He's a very good shot, by the way. Yes, excellent shot.
Your dad was such a lovely man, and I was very lucky to he came on when I was doing Saturday mornings,
right?
And the encounter that I had with your father, Emu, that day was a rough one for sure. Very nearly broke my nose. But he started out. I mean, this has all sort of happened completely by accident, really. His partnership with the original Emu, because he was an electrician at first.
That's correct. Yes, yeah. He was fixing the lights up on Channel 9. And he was sort of studied there, and there was a show being rehearsed down below, and he started writing for the show below him, literally below him.
And when it all really took off, were you aware of what was happening? How big it had become? 11 million viewers watching.
Sure, you've got to bear in mind that a lot of it happened prior to I was born. So I kind of grew up with it all happening, and so it was just second nature.
And what was that life like for you? Did you go around? Did Dad kind of bring Emu home? Was he part of the family? Did you go out
actually,
with him?
No, it wasn't. It was Emu was Dad's work, and that was how it was always treated. And so, like the Rod that you all know is not the Rod that we knew. But obviously, we had a father figure. And
then, how has this become your work? Because you trained as an actor, and then you were a teacher. So, how has this happened now that you're following in your dad's footsteps?
I think it was just inevitable.
It's meant to be.
Had you thought about it? It's a blessing or a curse yet. We're still trying to work that one out.
It's taken a long time for you to do it, though. Had you thought about it, or
it had always been
into your mind?
Yes, it was always on the back of my mind, and I suppose after Dad died, it sort of came to the forefront of my mind, and I thought, well, now it's time to give it a go. But as you can imagine, there is a lot of questions I would love to ask him now.
Yes, of course. Yeah. And I mean, there are a lot of questions that the people who came into contact with your father and the original Emu, I think, would have liked to ask as well. One of them being the Queen Mother, and I think it was probably his encounter with the Queen Mother that really launched this, because it was so daring. No one had ever done that before, obviously. When you've got there's Emu attacking the Queen Mother's bouquet, and there were aides rushing from left, right and centre to help her, weren't there?
Yeah, absolutely.
And she said, no, burst out laughing, everything's absolutely fine.
No,
and that happened in America with Johnny Carson. What's the Johnny Carson story?
Well, basically, Dad sort of went on to the interview, and being an American audience hadn't seen Emu whatsoever, and so they didn't know what to expect. And then, of course, Emu being Emu, decided to enjoy the moment, and you can hear by the shrieks of people in the audience, they didn't know what to expect at all. So it was quite.
Because I gather Richard Pryor was on that show, the actor, wasn't he? He just had an operation. Was recovering from an operation
on his face.
Yes. Him.
Yes.
So he attacked the not only the host but the guest.
Yes.
Had the American executives running around thinking, this is Johnny's not going to like this. This is way out of order. And Johnny threw to a commercial break, and at the end of that, when they went to the break, said, that was brilliant, you've got to come back.
Yeah, it's typical of sort of Dad. I mean, the producers will all come up and say, don't do that, you can't do that, and of course, yes,
was there a side, do you think, of Emu that was your dad, this kind of outrageous side? Was that in your dad, and it just, Emu helped him bring that out where he could be?
Oh, I thought you fainted.
Is he a bit tired?
I think he's just
when he's
a bit
5,
bored.
a
bit bored.
It's a bit.
We often have this effect on our guests.
Here. Yeah, there you go.
A little bit of water, maybe. A bit thirsty. Here we go then.
I'm entirely sure that's the best idea you've ever had.
Yeah, that's better, isn't it? Yes.
So yes, so did your dad have this sort of mysterious side? Of course, because Emu did all this stuff, your dad could never be blamed.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. There was two sides to Dad, but he was a very the real Dad was a very deep thinker. He was a very nice, warm, gentle man, and I think you could say it was another side of him just being released. But you can't. A double act doesn't work if two people are the same.
Sure.
Yeah.
You need to have.
Well, the thing was also, your dad had a life so far away from TV when he wasn't actually on it. Loved his garden, loved his potatoes, and turned down an appearance with Frank Sinatra because of his potatoes.
Is that true?
That's absolutely true. Yeah, yes. Frank's people called him up and said, "Look, do you want to come over to Las Vegas and you can open Frank's full-length show. And Dad said, no, my spuds are due. And so the producers of the show went, spuds are due? What's that? What's that supposed to mean? So they called back a week later and they said, look, come on, we'll double your money. Dad goes, no, seriously, my spuds are due. You know,
so he wouldn't go?
He wouldn't go at all. No, he loved England so much that he had to stay and look after his garden.
So what about you saying a double act? You know, how different are you and Emu Junior here?
Well, Emu and I are very good friends. We're like mates. See, father, like my father with the Emu before was like father and son, but now it's like brothers and mates. Isn't
Naughty
that right,
brothers.
Emu? Yes.
Our editor worked on an emu farm.
Oh,
yes,
really?
quite a while.
She's very experienced, yeah.
Why don't you come over to have a...
Yes.
Let's sit here. We can all get nice and friendly, you see.
OK.
It's nice.
OK, well, I just want to remind people about your show. Is that all right?
Yes.
It's called Emu, and it's... Oh, that's very nice, actually. Do that again. I quite like that. Ooh.
Oh, you're
October the 8th.
Well now.
I think he really likes you.
Is that perfume? CITV. October the 8th, Emu. Thank you very much. It's been lovely meeting you,
Thank you. Oh,
Yeah.
I was hoping to save that. There we are.
I think you can.
Do you know, I am a very big fan. I am a very big fan, and also I love birds. I love animals. I particularly like emus. What the hell is steady on, old?
But I think you can smell another animal around. Is it perhaps?
Oh, it might be a bit of gopher.
Stop it, Emu!
Yes! Yeah!
Ruth!
The break!
OK, if the return of the most famous bird in the world isn't enough to get you excited, how about this? Chance to win £12,000. Oh, love!
Don't make any sudden
gone?
moves. Don't
Is he
make
gone?
any sudden moves.
Where is he? Is he close?
Right by your head. See, the good thing is, there's so much spray in my hair, it won't move. Probably cut his beak.
Mine's not real, you see. I don't want it to come off.
Still to come, Louise Radnat teams up with the heads of fashion as we kick off a new series.
Hollywood royalty, Grace Kelly.
See you in a minute. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Oh.